Everyone at the airport saw Zhang Linghe smile. Almost nobody saw what he did 2 seconds before that. He'd taken a wrong turn. Just a small one, the kind of thing that happens to anyone rushing through a terminal. He touched his ear and kept walking like it never happened. No stumble, no correction, no acknowledgement. If you weren't looking for it, you'd have missed it entirely. This is Rabbit News Hallyu, and today we're looking at 2 C-ent stories that landed in the same 48-hour window, one built on a moment nobody planned, the other built on a character who is never allowed an unplanned moment at all. On August 27th, Zhang Linghe flew from Hangzhou to Beijing. It happened to fall close to the 6th anniversary of his debut, and fans at both airports, Hangzhou Shaoshan on departure, Beijing capital on arrival, were ready for him. They shouted the anniversary greeting in unison. He turned toward the noise, waved, and smiled hard enough that his eyes creased into crescents. Fan footage shows the same reaction pattern at both stops. He doesn't just wave and move on, he turns his whole body toward the sound first. That's the version of the story most outlets will run with. But the ear touch is the detail worth sitting with, because it tells you something the smile doesn't. A public figure walking through 2 airports on the same day, surrounded by phones the entire time, still made a small, human, uncorrected mistake in full view of everyone, and didn't try to smooth it over for the cameras. That's not nothing. Most image management is built specifically to prevent moments like that from existing on camera at all. There's also a distribution question worth asking before we move on. A 2-second gesture like that only becomes a story because dozens of fans were already filming from multiple angles, which means the moment existed in fragmented form across many individual clips before anyone stitched together the fuller picture. That's a different kind of virality than a produced brand video. It depends entirely on volume of amateur footage rather than a single polished upload, and it rewards artists whose real-time behavior holds up under that kind of scrutiny rather than artists who are only convincing in edited content. Which is exactly the kind of moment Tian Xiwei's current character is built to eliminate entirely. She's currently filming Wind Rises Again, a social drama for Youku, playing a woman named Lin Qing. The premise: after the death of a wealthy heiress named Liang Meng, a small-town woman assumes her identity and enters the billionaire Liang family in Longquan under Liang Meng's name. Lin Qing isn't improvising her way through occasional recognition risk, she is, functionally, in a permanent state of the thing Zhang Linghe experienced for 2 seconds at an airport gate. Every gesture has to read as correct. Every reaction has to be rehearsed into looking natural. One real slip, in the world of the show, ends the entire premise. The plot gives her real people to manage that risk against: a calculating family patriarch, an older sister, a stepmother, and a character named Zhao Zhan who privately suspects her identity isn't what it claims to be. Where Zhang Linghe's airport moment was one unscripted beat inside a scripted life, Lin Qing's entire arc is the reverse, a character whose survival depends on making every unscripted-looking beat completely rehearsed. The writing tracks her shift from playing a demure young lady at the start to a woman who has learned the family's own rules well enough to turn them back on the people using them against her. The project itself is adapted from a Dubban serial called The Winner, produced by Youku, directed by Lian Yiqi and written by Zhu Ruomeng. Lian's earlier work has leaned on emotional subtlety and controlled pacing in urban settings, which matters here specifically because impersonation stories live or die on pacing, reveal too much too fast, and the tension collapses, hold back too long, and the audience disengages before the payoff. Zhu's script reportedly gives the impersonation backdrop enough dramatic scaffolding to carry that slower burn, which is a very different craft problem than anything a 6-second airport clip has to solve. One format has to sustain suspicion across an entire season. The other only has to survive a single unplanned moment in front of a crowd holding phones. There's a genre logic behind why Wind Rises Again is being positioned the way it is. The impersonation heiress premise sits in a long lineage of disguise storytelling that urban drama audiences already know how to read, a small-town outsider who has to outperform people born into the role she's borrowing. What makes the marketing around Lin Qing interesting isn't that the trope is new, it's that the pre-release rollout is leaning almost entirely on Tian Xiwei's range across looks rather than plot spoilers. Youku hasn't needed to reveal a single major story beat to generate 13,000 reservations. The wardrobe alone is functioning as proof of concept, evidence that the actress can hold multiple versions of convincing before a single line of the impersonation plot has aired. Here's where the comparison actually earns its place. It's not that one story is real and the other is fake, that's too simple, and it flattens what both are actually doing well. Zhang Linghe's airport moment worked because audiences could tell it wasn't manufactured, the appeal was specifically that it looked unguarded. Tian Xiwei's role is generating attention for the opposite reason. Audiences are responding to how convincingly guarded her character can appear, one outfit and one scene at a time. Set photos already circulating show her cycling through a schoolgirl uniform, formal office wear, an olive backless dress with her hair pinned up, and a beret, a wardrobe range wide enough that fans have started separate threads comparing her to the character, with some commentary noting how different this look is from her earlier role as Lin Qing in Genius Girlfriend. That range is the point. The character has to be believable as several different versions of composed, and so far, online reaction suggests she's pulling it off. Neither of these is a coincidence of timing so much as a coincidence of contrast. One artist is getting attention for something his team almost certainly didn't plan for. A fan happened to sit beside a professional racer on the same flight, who later described overhearing someone play the anniversary tribute track out loud and realizing, mid-flight, that he had a front row seat to what he called a genuinely unscripted fan chases idol scene. The other is getting attention for something her team spent months planning, a character built specifically to be watched for cracks that never show. Both moments are doing real marketing work for their respective projects. Neither would work if audiences suspected the other one was staged instead. It's worth noting the ear touch isn't an isolated data point for Zhang Linghe either. Fans have pulled up a comparable moment from a 2024 trip to London, where he smiled at cute gifts fans held up in the crowd, a smaller-scale version of the same instinct to react to fans directly rather than performing a generic way for the cameras. Add to that a pattern people have tracked over time, bowing and waving toward fans from multiple directions after public events, keeping the same expression even with a sweat-soaked collar in hot weather, and reportedly stepping out into rain during a shoot specifically to tell fans nearby to be careful. None of that proves intention, and it would be overreaching to claim it does. What it does support is a narrower, defensible read. The airport reaction on August 27 fits an established pattern rather than standing alone as a one-off PR-friendly clip. That pattern is also why the passenger anecdote lands the way it does. Xie Xinzhe wasn't there to document anything, he was a professional racer on the same flight who happened to end up seated near a fan playing the anniversary tribute track out loud after landing. His comment afterward, that it was genuinely interesting to witness a real fan chases idol scene up close, is notable precisely because he had no reason to frame it generously. He wasn't part of the fandom and wasn't posting to build engagement around Zhang Linghe. A third-party account like that carries more weight than a fan clip alone, simply because the incentive to exaggerate isn't there in the same way. Tian Xiwei's side of this story is still pre-release, which matters for a different reason. As of August 26, Wind Rises Again had already logged 13,000 reservations on Youku, sitting inside the platform's list of upcoming 2026 urban dramas alongside titles like The Golden Hairpin. That's a meaningful number for a show that hasn't aired a single episode, meaning the wardrobe photos and character breakdowns are doing pre-launch marketing work on their own, without a single frame of finished footage in circulation yet. The online chatter, hashtags built around Tian Xiwei and Lin Qing, fans referring to her as the character's mother, commentary specifically praising how she inhabits each look, is functioning as free promotion for a project that technically hasn't premiered. For an international audience less familiar with the pre-air reservation system on platforms like Youku, it's worth explaining why that 13,000 figure is being treated as a real signal rather than a vanity number. A reservation isn't a passive follow, it's a viewer actively telling the platform they intend to watch on release day, which feeds directly into how aggressively the show gets pushed once it airs. Building that number up during filming, purely offset photos and character teasers, is a lower-cost version of the same attention economy Zhang Linghe's airport moment benefits from. Both are converting pre-existing interest in an artist into measurable engagement before any official campaign spend goes into motion. So go back to the ear touch. It's easy to read it as a throwaway detail, the kind of thing that would normally never survive an editorial pass. But set beside Lin Qing, a character whose entire narrative tension comes from never being allowed a moment like that, the detail becomes something closer to a thesis statement. One story is compelling because the mask never slipped and audiences are fascinated by how well it's held. The other is compelling because, for 2 seconds at an airport gate, there was no mask to begin with. That's not a contradiction in how C-ent operates, it's closer to a map of the two things audiences are currently willing to reward at the same time. A 6-year-old fan relationship, reinforced by small unscripted beats an artist doesn't bother hiding. And a brand new character, whose appeal is built on convincing audiences she's hiding everything, beautifully. Different mechanisms, same outcome, attention, ahead of any formal campaign push, generated by a detail nobody could have fully planned in advance. If you like entertainment stories that go beyond the headline, the kind that look for the quiet signals most coverage misses, Rabbit News Hallyu was built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.